What's going on, fellas? I got a lot of experiments to do today, but I wanted to start with this one first. Just a simple little burner idea that will hopefully give us a toroidal vortex. That's the goal of this little experiment. We're gonna see how this bad boy works out. See if we can get a shot of that nozzle design there. This is the annular mixer. We have a annular air jet enshrouding a fuel column that is being pulled through a center penstock there, connected to a propane bottle I've just taken out of the sun. Man, this camera is horrible. iPhone is done. Definitely getting vortex in there. Oh, wow. That is pretty cool. This propane, I'm gonna add air this time. Why I didn't do that earlier. That's what I'm going to see. Okay, well, I'd say this passed test number one. We're going to go ahead and set the thermocouple up on this beast, because I didn't necessarily see a toroidal vortex. I saw an annular fire column, but it looked like there might have been one, but I don't know. Nonetheless, I'm digging the chamber. I'm digging it, dude. Wait, I left these secondary air cracks on purpose, or would that be tertiary? Let me think here. Yeah, that's tertiary, because we got our primary, secondary is the ventura, and these outer vents would be tertiary air. So we should be getting a rolling toroidal vortex fireball that sustains combustion and enables me to turn the gas levels up this high. That's the reason why I'm chasing the vortex, so to say, is because if you can create one of those inside a combustion chamber, the amount of fuel you can dump into that device is huge. All right, damn it. Finally ready here. Let's see what happens. Let's take a look at that. Maybe it's because I'm lighting the wrong damn place. Right there, probably your average spud burner right there. Let's just see what the average burner does. Hotter than map gas so far. Now we're not talking adiabatic temperature here, guys, so don't beat me up with quotes out of the dictionary. This is not adiabatic. We've got all this air. I'm talking about. Giving her a sick thermocouple out. Okay, so officially, that thing is badass. I'm here to tell you right now. We've outdone the hand dragon. So we're going with a new design on the hand dragon. No more little dragon hand dragon. This is going to be the new propane combustor. I don't think this thing would burn waste oil. I don't know. We do have that tertiary air action. Am I pronouncing that right? You ought to see me spell. It's a massacre. I drew in my books when I went to school pictures of machines. No one had a clue what the hell I was drawing. So here's the scoop. This is a K-type thermocouple. It's rated at 2,372 degrees. I'll leave a link in the description for this if anyone's interested in this particular model. But it seemed to be the cheapest and the best. But it's served me well so far. I have heat shocked the ceramic off of it. But for the most part, this thing maxed this K thermocouple out. That's hard to do, guys. I don't have a lot of burners that can do that. This device here can't do it. The hand dragon. Maybe I just wasn't holding the flame. I'm going to have to test again because I feel like a loser. The dragon's getting its ass kicked left and right with these new designs. The hottest of all, I think, and I judge that by the speed at which we reach the thermocouple limit, is this bad boy right here. So for everyone who's been knocking me on these large combustion chambers with glowing liners, I do that on purpose. I want that liner to glow. I'm wasting fuel the same way you would waste fuel to run a supercharger. You have sacrificial power to gain exponential energy. That's the way I look at it. I was going to test this thing on propane again today, but I had an idea last night that I was going to build one of these out of square tubing. And I had to write it down. I had to get out of bed and draw the damn picture. So this is it. This is what I drew last night, except it was going to be out of this until I discovered that I had a washer that fit perfectly, allowing tertiary air. Shutting up. So this is the Burns-O-Matic Kill You torch. I'm going to do my best to achieve the highest temperature possible. I'm not going to cheat. Okay, the second we lose a degree, that's when I stop the test. Going backwards, we ain't got time for that. So, we've seen the max temp of that torch tip. Now we're going to try the turbo torch. Properly named, I might add. And curiously enough, one feature about this torch that I heavily admire and realized just last night was this torch has a burn chamber. This much of this torch has combustion taking place inside of it. When you're using MAP gas, this thing will even glow red hot. So they are using my heated combustion chamber idea. It's not my idea, it's common sense if you ask me. But they're using the concept of a radiant heat combustion chamber to increase the temperature of the torch. This is the turbo torch, and we are about to see that it will in fact exceed the temperature of your average propane torch. This isn't average, this is a $50 torch here. Okay, here we go. Turbo torch ain't no joke. Okay, we lost a degree. Now, last time I tested this torch on MAP gas, we were only able to obtain 2,020 degrees. So, simply owning this torch runs you at MAP gas temperatures. Now, so if you have a chance to come across one of these, you'll often see them at a flea market for very cheap. You can't buy them in stores. I'll try and leave a link in the description for this torch, because I'm telling you, you can braise with this thing right here on propane. But let's try MAP gas with this torch. Oh, different flame pattern for sure. Much different flame pattern. a hottest spot here. Definitely heating up quicker. What is this, propylene? Too much hotter than the propane, is it? I'm cheating. It should be about 100 degrees hotter. So there you have it. I'm not going to bother doing the other torch, but for the purpose of illustration, even a MAP gas torch with the turbo torch, the temperatures do not exceed the air assist system. So that's great news for me. So essentially what I'm going to do, as far as the rosebud burners that I've been selling, these are preheat torches. This is just the model I keep. They look a lot nicer than this, the ones I actually sell. I think I'm gonna scrap this design. I can't remember the temperature, I'll try to find it, but I believe it was only in the 2200 zone. I don't think it even hit 2300 degrees. It might have. But this little sucker right here, we've seen what it can do. 2400 degrees was not a problem. You can braze 1/4 inch steel with this. And I know that because I was able to do it with this unit right here. Anyone who's ever done a lot of brazing could look at this and agree with me that the power of air assist far exceeds any spud burner. You cannot do this with this spud burner. Not even with the rosebud like this. The rosebud heat temp test. I'm like, there you go. As soon as it starts going backwards in temperature, there's really not a lot of sense messing around with it. And that's a wrap. This thing is mighty indeed.